He put up some scary numbers. Joined Shaq and Wilt as the only players in a playoff game to put up 40, 20, and 5 assists.
Jason Tatum tonight. What do you think you guys can do to defend him better?
No, he was unbelievable. He was knocking down shots, tough shots, get to his spot. You got to give him credit. You know, he played unbelievable. He led this team to a win. As I said, made a lot of tough shots. I think as a team, we're doing a good job. You know, being in front of him. You know, make him shoot contested threes, contested twos. But he made them. You know, and you got to respect that. He played unbelievable.
They, I think, took 10 threes on their first 10 offensive possessions. It was very clear that they were going to try to get a lot of threes up tonight. How did that affect you guys, if at all, defensively?
You kind of felt it. You felt that they wouldn't shoot a lot of threes. So we knew that we had to guard the 3-point line. But at the end of the day, they also want to break down your defense with a bunch of pump fakes, get in the paint, then create for somebody else. Hey, they made some, but I think we did also a good job just keeping them in front and making them shoot tough threes, which they made some and some they missed.
You've been a part of Game 7s before. Just kind of where does your head go thinking that you got to go back to Boston right now and play Game 7?
Good old Game 7. Beautiful. You just gotta go enjoy the game. You don't know if you're ever gonna be a part of a Game 7. I just talked with Wes. If you've ever been a part of a Game 7, he played in the league for more than a decade. He's never been a part of the Game 7. So never take it for granted. Enjoy the game. Go out there and try to play good basketball. Hopefully we can put ourselves in a position to win. You know, if we do so, great. If we don't, you know, we going our efforts gonna always be there.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess along those lines, since this series has gone, 1 for 1, you've won twice there, they've won twice here. Is this kind of that moment where you truly do kind of fall back on what you do well and the things that got you here? Because it's not like 0-2 and you've won 3 or 4 straight or 3 straight, right? Or the other way. It's kind of this back and forth type of thing. Is it really just about what we do? Think about that, and it's not overcomplicated, I guess, is where I'm going.
That was a very complicated question.
Well, hey, it took me a minute.
So, at the end of the day, as I said, hopefully we can play good basketball and put ourselves in a position to win. That's all we can do. They've played good. We've played good. You know, we've won twice on the road. They've beat us twice at home. Hey, Game 7, baby. You know, hopefully we can play good basketball.
You guys have gone to some switching a little bit in the last couple games. Do you feel like that can make it tougher on Tatum? Not that that's a secret. Obviously he can hit tough shots against any defense. But what have you liked or maybe disliked when you guys have done some more switching?
I think personally, I don't think you can do it the whole game. You know, you got to pick your spots when you're going to do it. I think they have very smart players, and they can read it if you do it throughout the whole game. Obviously, sometimes it's effective, but if you keep doing it, they're going to adjust, right? So you just got to mix it in. You know, sometimes, give him a different look. Sometimes keep him in front. Sometimes go center. Sometimes, might trap him. Just keep, having him, Brown, Smart, everybody that has the ball just guessing, So we're going to watch film. I don't know if we're going to watch film tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Whenever we're going to watch film, so we're going to see what we're going to do and how we're going to try to adjust.
Pat is obviously you all's best three-point shooter for most of the playoffs now, but I was wondering, what do you think of his ability to finish today? Because he had some creative finishes at the basket.
Beautiful. They were all his finishes were beautiful.
Christos on Zoom. Christos on Zoom.
He's sleeping, in Greece right now is 3 a.m. What time is it in Greece? Oh, no, it's 6
We're going to go to Lori first.
But what are the next 48 hours like? There's no mystery left. You know, they take away your offensive rebounds when you guys have good rebounds. You've played each other 9 billion times now. There's great differences. What are you looking for an edge, or is this really just man up, you know, an NCAA type tournament game that Bud's looking forward to and says is exciting? Like, what adjustments can you possibly make at this point?
Me personally, I don't know. You know, I'm going to watch the film tomorrow and I'll see. And we're going to think about it. I know that we have great coaching staff, great coach, great, you know, minds behind the scenes that are going to tell us what adjustment we're going to do with the analytics, you know. But at the end of the day, just for me, I just got to go play, you know, lead the team in any way I can. I want my teammates to play. I want them to have fun, to enjoy the moment. At the end of the day, no matter what happens, you grow from it. You know, like, I remember 2018, yes, 2018, we went to Boston in the Game 7. You know, didn't have the best game possible, but you learn from it. You know, you learn what the atmosphere is like. You know, when the ball get heavy. You know, so no matter what happens, we're gonna leave that game. We're gonna be better. Now, if we're gonna be the team advancing to the next round, great. I hope so. We're gonna play hard. But if we're not, at the end of the day, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn from this. We're gonna be better. So for me, just go out and play. You know, free. Be fearless. Play free. We don't owe nobody nothing. You know, we've been playing without, not to make an excuse, I'm not the guy to make excuses, but we've been playing without Chris. And I believe as a team, like, we gave everything we had in 6 games. Like, I haven't seen one of the 6 games that we played that I was like, I went home and I was like, damn, we didn't give enough effort. The effort is always there, so hopefully the effort can be there in Game 7 and have a little bit luck on our side and we can, you know, win the game.
Christos on Zoom.
Wake up.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Pat Connaughton, the spark plug off the bench, missed just 2 shots, scored 14 points, the only bench player in double figures for the Bucks.
How do you feel like you guys can defend him better in Game 7?
Just make him a little more uncomfortable. I felt like we did contest a decent amount of his shots, but I felt like we let a few of them go where he was getting uncontested ones. And when you get a few uncontested ones with a player like him, sometimes the contested ones go in too, right, when he gets rolling. So, you know, he had a hell of a game, and you got to give him credit. You know, he shot above 50%, almost 50% from the 3. But I think we just got to make him a little more uncomfortable. You know, it's playoff basketball. It's going to be tough. They're going to drive. They're going to kick. He's going to shoot. He's going to make some tough ones. But how do you try to get him out of rhythm a little bit better?
I know we talked about it with Durant last year. Is that crowding him? Is that playing more physical with him? Like, what does getting someone uncomfortable like him that has the 6'8" and the long wingspan, like, what does that mean?
I think it's being physical with them before the catch. You know, it's trying to fight through the screens. They're a great screening team, so they try to find ways to get them open. You know, I thought when we started to switch, he had to take some tough ones, some contested ones that I think he was, you know, missed a few of. But it's really just, it's a, you know, he can do both, right? He can make threes, he can make tough shots, he can also get downhill. And so I think we got to limit at least one of them and try to make sure we're keeping them in front and trying to make him make some tough contested, preferably 2s, but, you know, some off the dribble 3s as well.
And then offensively, it's kind of been a struggle for you guys through these 6 games. How do you feel like you can create better looks in Game 7? I know Game 7s tend to be a battle and kind of ugly, but how do you try to do that?
Yeah, I think continue to try to move the ball and play with each other. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they're a great defensive team. They do a lot of switching. They try to make sure that your offense is stagnant by switching. They want those one-on-one matchups. They want to, you know, cliche, build a wall. They want to do those things to really make it hard. And I think sometimes it's as simple as just going side to side. It's as simple as not every pass is going to be to a shot or to a score, but how do we move the ball? How do multiple guys touch it? How do we start to move them side to side defensively? Because then it's a lot harder for them to get set. They're a great set defense. And what also helps us always is if you can get some stops, we got to try to limit those offensive rebounds. I thought they had a few clutch ones. And if we are able to get stops in the rebound, we can run. And I think when we run in transition, we're at our best. I think it makes it really hard for them on the defensive end. But, I think continuing to move the basketball and playing with each other is important.
Are all road wins in the playoffs kind of the same, meaning you won twice there already just this last week? You also won Game 7 in Brooklyn. So, you know what I mean? Like, is Game 7, is that different? Or is just winning on the road hard enough and you try to not think about that it's a win or go home type of scenario?
I think we got to look at it as it's another basketball game. We have an opportunity to advance the Eastern Conference Finals. We have